these furry faces.
They're more than just cute. Doctors now realize canines can actually help humans heal. Take a look at this cutting-edge program that's unlocking their healing powers.
People-Animal Connection is the animal-assisted therapy program here at UCLA Medical Center. We've got 70 dogs and their owners that are volunteer teams. The therapy dog provides comfort to those that they're visiting in different settings. We're really going all over the hospital.
We volunteer so that we can bring smiles to faces of people who could use a smile. And it just is one of the most rewarding things I've ever experienced.
Oh dear. How are you?
The kind of improvements we see in the People-Animal Connection patients are amazing.
There you go.
The connection of pets to patient care and therapy has absolutely no downside. It's the only treatment that's like that in all of medicine. One of the most amazing benefits in these patients is when they get a dog visit, their stress levels, their blood pressure drop.
My daughter was diagnosed with heart failure, and she has been here at UCLA waiting for a heart.
I heard somebody likes dogs in here.
When a dog comes, she just gets overwhelmed with joy.
They act so comfortable, takes my mind away from what's happening. It's really nice to have them here.
I think that is probably the best medicine that they could have given my daughter here at this hospital. I'm very grateful for their service.
People-Animal Connection Director Erin Rice and her dog Finn are here, as well as volunteer Donna Paris and her dog Tommy. So Erin, where did this idea come from?
Well, believe it or not, it started around 20 years ago with a fish on the cardiac unit. The nurses were noticing the patient's reaction to the fish and thought, well, if they're reacting this way to the fish, what would a dog do?
So why are dogs so good at this?
I think they make great therapy animals because they're so interactive with humans to start, and they provide this unconditional love. They're warm and fuzzy, and people love to have them with them in a time of need, or they provide a sense of healing and nurturing. So I think it helps.
And what's been the most rewarding part of this whole volunteer program with Tommy?
What I've learned is you don't have to be a doctor to help the healing process.
Mm-hmm.
That taking a dog into, let's say, into the kids' rooms where they're there and they're sick, and how they light up when he walks into the room, and how they play with him like a live stuffed animal, and their mind's a million miles away from where they are and what they're going through.
I didn't know if your pet's a good candidate to provide some of these therapies.
It really comes down to the temperament, and they have to have kind of a calm temperament. They have to like humans and especially be interested in strangers. And the calmness, because at the hospital there's chaos sometimes, noises and things. So they have to kind of just take it all in. But it's all about the temperament, and they make such a difference.
See, my Rosie, who's a black Labrador, is the kindest animal in the world. I don't think she'd be good in the hospital. She'd jump on the patients, start licking their face, encourage them along.
Oh, it might work sometimes.
The saliva gets to the medications and the wounds. It's not so good.
No.
I am a firm believer in the value of having pets in the hospital. We have clowns at our hospital too. I'll do anything that it takes to change the emotional layout of what folks are going through. Because you're right, it's about making sense in a very difficult time, and just bringing a semblance of humanity to the process helps a lot. But there's actually a lot more to it than that. There's a lot of science now, which both of you know, but for everybody who's watching at home. And I can, if it's okay, if you can borrow Tommy.
Absolutely.
Come on over.
All right.
We'll go to the tube.
Go ahead. Hey.
Come on, Tommy. Oh,
You got him?
so well prepared.
He's a good boy.
Come over
I'm
here.
right with you, Tim.
So in the Truth Tube, I'm going to put up some examples of how we've actually proven, because there's been a lot of research done on what pets can do for us. So when you cuddle with a pet, a dog, cat, I don't think you can cuddle with a fish, but however that pet touches your life, when you touch another sentient being, it ends up affecting your oxytocin level. Remember, that level begins to rise within 10 minutes, both in the animal and in the human. It creates this bond as we begin to feel closeness to each other, when you hear their heartbeat in your chest. When that happens, your stress hormones, especially your cortisol, it begins to plummet, which is what you want. That relaxes the mind and the body. And then when you pet the dog and you combine those two benefits, it can lower your blood pressure and your cholesterol. So it all comes together. I can't think of an easier way to lower my blood pressure than to hug my pet, Rosie or Tommy in your case. And I think this is one of the reasons Americans have so many pets and we treasure them so much. So the question then, of course, is how can everyone at home benefit from this as well? How do we begin to use our pets for healing purposes? Let's walk on over. And Erin, since you've been running this program, if folks want to help out a local hospital with their pet, how do they start?
Easiest way is just to go online and look up a pet therapy organization. We use Pet Partners to register our dogs, and they can put you in touch with local facilities and get you started.
Can I keep Tommy?
Yeah.
She winked when she said that, by the way.